ready to roll. Baylor in the white, Oklahoma in the red. Tanner Groves and Flo Thamba to jump it. Kip Kissinger will toss it in the air. And a scramble, and eventually Jordan Goldwire, the Duke transfer, comes up with an Oklahoma ball, and we're underway.
Keyword today for Oklahoma, John, spacing. Spread the floor, cut, and look to find easy baskets in that half-court offense.
Got to take care of the basketball. It's one of the things they've struggled with at times, and especially against Baylor. Oklahoma, 2 games combined against the Bears, turned it over 42 times. Goldwire, and that 3 will go, and Oklahoma takes the lead.
Well, James Goldwire, the Duke transfer, has given them an offensive punch down the stretch of the season.
Kinjo collects a loose ball. Flagler, who's been bothered by that bad left knee, he's missed time. You see it's wrapped. He went down to the deck hard. Kinjo swings to Kendall Brown. Brown flips it up, and that one spins off, loose ball. And eventually, Jalen Hill knocks it away up to Umoja Gibson. And a foul there. That'll be 3 free throws for Umoja Gibson as he's fouled by Meyer.
And remember, Mo is from Waco. Grew up about 125 pounds when he was a high school freshman. Has spent a lot of time over at Baylor's campus playing with these guys.
I remember Umoja Gibson, outstanding free throw shooter. 86%, and that connection to Waco. He played at North Texas for a former Baylor assistant in Grant McCaslin.
Absolutely. And Mo is a 4th-year guy, 5th year really redshirted. He can play next year here at Oklahoma.
2 out of 3. The Sooners with the early 5-0 lead. James Akinjo here, first team All Big 12. Last year, his first team All Pac 12. Akinjo puts it on the floor, a little bit strong in the rebound, pulled down that time by Jacob Groves, Tanner's younger brother. Gibson unimpeded to the basket. High off the glass, and it's 7-0. Timeout, Baylor.
Nicely done. Something we saw and have seen those Baylor guards do for a number of years. Mo Gibson putting that to work in his arsenal.
Yeah, that was gorgeous. High over the fingertips of Flo Thamba. It was a good shot blocker. 7-0 Sooners. Baylor trying to get on the scoreboard. Flagler, a little floater. That was short. Tanner Groves rebounds. One of the things you will find in this conference, good defense. There are some elite defensive teams. Baylor falls into that category. Texas Tech.
How about 5 in the top 15 in college basketball? That's pretty good.
Goldwire swings at Jacob Groves. That shot misses, and Akinjo down.
This is a heavy ball handling, driving team with Akinjo particularly. They give him a lot of license to handle that ball.
And again, no L.J. Cryer out with that foot issue as they feed Thamba, and he puts it in the first 2 of the game for Baylor.
John, we watched Flo Thamba really become good at catching that roll pass. Not easy for a 6'11 guy, but he's getting really adept at that.
And without Jonathan Chumwa-Chachua, he has seen his minutes increase. And Everyday John is here. He's their secret weapons scout. Loose ball. Thamba comes away with it, and now Akinjo. Akinjo probing and now setting it up. That's a 3. Loose ball tip, Goldwire, and here come the Sooners.
Don't give him that.
Oh boy, Gibson deep.
That's confidence right there. He's been knocking down a lot of those shots lately. Green-white.
Flagler, step back, and that jumper wouldn't go. Gibson the rebound. Yeah, the Bears have started off cold.
You'll see the floor spread, John. 5 out. Remember, Groves, as their center, can play outside.
Gibson wanders inside, scoops it up, wouldn't fall. Thamba rebounds. And do they go foul? Yeah, foul there. Oklahoma off to a fast start. They lead it by 5.
Super young man.
Scott Drew focusing on defense in that last timeout, wanting to keep his guys out of the paint, get defensive boards, and then push the ball down the court. Let's play with some tempo, move the ball.
Jeremy Sohan here handling, gets bumped by Groves, kicks back out. Dale Bonner in the game for Baylor. Sohan, that luscious blue hair. Bonner, that's a 3.
Nothing. So far, excellent defense by Oklahoma. A very good scouting report team, so they try to make you play to your weaknesses. Done a good job so far of keeping Baylor out of the paint.
Baylor 1 for 7 from the floor.
See that spacing, John?
Nolan goes baseline, trying to find Tanner Groves. And here comes Flagler. Big step, flips it up and in.
Terrific footwork. You said it, big step. That's a Euro step right by the defender, and good finish.
And now Sohan, the bigger player, switching out on Gibson. Marvin Johnson into the game. He's a guy that has gotten more playing time in the wake of the Elijah Harkless injury.
Excellent move right here, Adam Flagler. He's got the hand IQ. He's got the foot IQ. Watch this step through right here, and then the finish. It's a long foot finish, we call it right here. Watch, and that's been perfected with hours in that practice gym down in Waco. They are a clinic, John. Going back to last year, Butler, Teague, Mitchell. They are a footwork clinic. Those guards.
Yeah, those 3 guys defended, but also could get their own offense pretty much whenever they needed. And stepping out of bounds is Marvin Johnson, the transfer from Eastern Illinois. He's been a late season contributor. Last 4 games, a little over 5 points a game at about 17 minutes per game. So he's all of a sudden been asked to play more.
And he's a hometown kid from Edmond, right up the road from Norman. So back home and making a contribution.
Little weave here from Baylor. Flagler going to work. And that shot was partially blocked out of bounds. It'll be Baylor basketball as Flagler went down hard. It's the second time that Adam Flagler has hit the floor hard.
A nice job by Marvin Johnson right here. He was an all-Ohio Valley first team last year at Eastern Illinois. But like so many mid-major guys, wanted a taste of the big time.
Meyer spinning, hanging, and that one rattled out. And Matthew Meyer will go to the line and shoot 2. And a foul on Johnson. That is his first.
John, when we remember the Jonathan Tchamwa injury, as devastating as it was, we said back then, perfect opportunity for the 4 bigs, Thamba, Meyer, Sohan, and Kendall Brown to grow. And those 4 are averaging, they're scoring 40 points, 26 rebounds. They have all gotten better.
And that is what you were talking about. Last 6 games, you can't replace the energy and what JTT delivers, but those 4 guys have done a really nice job. Shagwalk kicks out. Johnson gets a 3. Marvin Johnson.
And a really nice pass by the SMU transfer, Ethan Shagwalk. And again, John, when those big guys play away from the basket, it causes problems because they're both really good passers.
Sohan trying to find Meyer out of bounds, and they turn it over.
Did you notice on that drive by Sohan, they knew he was going to spin back? That's what we mean by scouting report. Jeremy's a young player, so he has definite tendencies, and they would not let him get to the basket off that spin move.
Goldwire backing down on the smaller Akinjo, and Sohan intercepts the pass. Yeah, Meyer gets shoved as Goldwire will pick up the foul, and that is his first. Jordan Goldwire, he was made an impact last 11 games, averaging almost 13 points per game. How about this? You're talking about an Oklahoma team. I mean, they're 17-14 in a big-time league. They do not have a player in the Big 12 in the top 10 in either points or rebound advantage.
Yeah, it's amazing. They've had some hard losses this year, but they've got 4 top 15 wins this season.
Umoja Gibson. Yeah, they don't have a player in the top 10 in the Big 12 in average points or average rebounds per game. Pretty crazy. Akinjo, little off balance, doesn't matter, it's a 2.
Tough shot, good shot by James Akinjo. Switched on to him by Gibson, he shot right over him.
So here in Kansas City, TCU has one, Kansas has one. Johnson inside, flips it up and in.
Nice cut, really good cut. That's what we mean by good spacing. He used the post man, cut by his defender, well done.
Akinjo here so good off the dribble. Meyer from the corner, a little strong. That one tipped out of bounds. And it will remain Baylor basketball. 12:06 to go here. First half. Meyer will grab a seat. Flagler and Brown will check back in as Bonner grabs a seat with Matthew Meyer. 12-8 Sooners. John Shambi, Fran Fraschilla, Chris Budden. Quarterfinal number 3. Still to come, Iowa State and Texas Tech.
Good matchup, John. Jordan Goldwire was all ACC defense last year.
Brown hesitates, kicks out. Shot clock winding down. Sohan got to get something up here. Sohan, that one skims off the rim. Here's Goldwire, 1-on-2. Johnson. And it's Baylor basketball. When we return, 12-8 our score. On the other side, Fran Fraschilla will teach us about the spacing.
Porter Moser's mentor used to say all the time, spacing is offense, offense is spacing. Perfect example right there.
That's not bad, by the way.
Not bad, I know.
Yeah. 12-8 Sooners. Baylor right now on the 1 line for Joe Lunardi. We'll see. Baylor and Kansas end up being 1 seeds, but first things first. Akinjo dribbling, spinning, now kicks out.
There's that spin.
And Sohan was out of bounds and he touched it, and so it's Oklahoma basketball. Keith Kimball was right on top of that. Chris Budden, what do you have?
You see so much of Rick Majerus' influence through Porter Moser, even through the facilities, from the culture wall to the journals that he writes. He's had his players keep journals because Majerus would do that with him, except for Porter made a second journal when he was working with him. It's a comedy journal of all the things that he learned from him, but things that, you know, on the lighter side to crack him up when he needs to laugh.
And on occasion, Chris, stuff you really can't say on the air sometimes, but Coach Majerus, who's no longer with us, was a genius when it comes to coaching basketball, and Porter learned well.
Akinjo inside, left hand. That one falls off the rim, and it's been cold on both ends of late.
Well, this time of year, these teams know each other so well.
Nolan. C.J. Nolan, the freshman from Texas. And he knocks it down.
He might look like a linebacker, but that kid can make threes. Young man from Waxahachie, right down the road from Dallas. By the way, all rookie team, all freshman team.
Akinjo pull up, got it.
And you can see the license James Akinjo has with that dribble to create on his own. And Remember, last year at Arizona, there were some people that said he was a little selfish. And when Scott Drew talked to Sean Miller, his former coach, he said, nope, he just had to do a lot for us.
Okay, Thamba blocking that out of bounds. 15-10 here. Take a peek at the New York Life ACC tournament and the bracket. Duke and Miami. Duke getting past Syracuse. And Miami just beat Boston College. Meanwhile, Virginia Tech is up right now. Hill inside. Left hand is good.
He's really improved, Jalen Hill. Probably as improved as anybody in the league. Great offhand finish.
Flagler, that's a three. And that one misses. And it'll stay with Baylor. Back at the other end, Jalen Hill.
Yeah, watch him use this left hand. He's making over 60% of his twos inside. Really nicely done. I would call this young man efficient. Doesn't do anything that is outside of his comfort zone, but he finishes well.
This is not a great offensive team, the Oklahoma Sooners, but they are a very good two-point shooting team. They shoot 58% from two, and that's sixth best in the country.
John, they're shorthanded. Playing without Elijah Harkless, a key loss. I love the way this team has stayed together, gotten better at the end of the year. And right now, when you look at it, yeah, the numbers speak for themselves.
It's challenging, though, isn't it? I mean, there's a reason in terms of the mid-range game. You want guys that can do that, but you've got to be able to knock down a couple of threes,
yes,
don't you?
But why are they getting layups? Because they play with great spacing.
Yep.
And they get those kind of cuts to the basket.
It would have been better there if I had said, after you asked that question, because spacing is open.
You're learning.
Kenjo off the glass and good.
And for Baylor, dribbling is offense, because that's what James Akinjo does.
He's got 6. Baylor within 5. Under 9 to go first half. Still to come, Texas Tech and Iowa State.
You see how Groves plays outside? Oh, a bad break.
Akinjo pulls up. I think that's a 2. It is. It's a 2.
But this is the James Akinjo we've seen much of the year. When the offense bogs down, he has no problem taking over.
Yeah. Baylor won both meetings between these two teams. And a foul inside. They get that one on Akinjo. That's his first.
You know, when I was coaching, which seems like 10,000 years ago, guys like Akinjo, I used to say sometimes, you're giving the ball a headache. Go get the Excedrin. You're giving the basketball a headache. But he handles that ball extremely well, and he knows what to do with it.
3-point Sooner advantage. Three seconds. Keith Kimball on the call. Oklahoma's turned it over 6 times. Porter Moser knows this team likely has got to win a couple of games. He knew they had to finish hot. I asked him, did you tell him, okay, we got to win 3 straight? He said, absolutely not. I said, take it a game at a time.
We call that a one-game winning streak.
Brown inside, short jumper, that'll fall. Timeout Oklahoma, and Baylor is within a point. Timeout on the court as we take it with him.
James Akinjo, take a look. Off the dribble. Bang!
Get it. Xavier Dussel, huge shot, puts them up. In the end, UNLV coming back here trying to make plays. It would not pan out. This 3 is out. Bryce Hamilton, desperation at the end is out. 3-point W for the Cowboys. Or Broncos, excuse me. Back to the guys in KC.
That's a
Gallen, thanks.
Yeah, that's a good league, Mountain West this year.
Gibson. And drills that 3, and it's 2016. Oklahoma on top.
Mo Gibson, a career 38% three-point shooter, John. He's closing in on 300 made threes. 295.
Feed in Thamba, going to work over Groves. Can't hit. And it'll go the other way. Foul on Baylor.
Here's the great thing about Tanner Groves right there. He guarded Thamba without ever leaving his feet. He put his hands in the air and he held his ground. Take a look right here. This is what we call walling up. Just stays on the ground, and he makes the big guy shoot over him. And, John, if he makes it, you clap and you say, good shot, buddy. But don't foul him.
A guy you're expecting to impact things at the offensive end. He hasn't even taken a shot yet. I'm sure he'll get his. Hill. And they get a foul. Remember Tanner Groves, he and his brother Jacob transferred from Eastern Washington. He was the Big Sky Player of the Year. So a degree in interdisciplinary studies and one of 16 pairs of brothers in D1. But consider for a second, he's the third pair of brothers to play on the same team at OU. He joins the Griffins and the Tisdales.
Those two pairs were really, really good.
Goldwire hangs and hits. Jordan Goldwire, nice move, nice conversion.
Jordan Goldwire, he played 116 games at Duke, but never really an offensive threat, and he's getting that chance here in his super senior year.
Meyer, soft touch, that goes.
John, getting back to Tanner Groves and Jacob Groves, their best resume for playing in the Big 12 was last year in the opening round of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, Tanner had 35. Jacob delivered 23. To the corner, Gibson again.
And I think
this time Akinjo boxes out.
And I think Meyer got a piece of that shot.
Akinjo will set it back up. Sohan comes out. Feed inside and one. Jeremy Sohan to the line.
James Akinjo threw that pass with his left hand. He got doubled early. The double went away. And then watch him now. Watch this left-hand pass. Perfect. Great roll by Sohan. And that's the easiest basket Jeremy Sohan will get today.
Jeremy Sohan. Won the Big 12 sixth man. The kid who actually was born in Oklahoma.
But raised in London, and he's Polish. Figure that one out, but mom actually was Polish. She played college basketball at Panhandle State.
Akinjo scoops up the loose ball. Dishes to Meyer. They had a pretty good look at it. Baylor has not hit a three, 0 for 5 for the Bears.
Now watch his spacing.
Goldwire. Oh, he had a wide open layup, and he couldn't finish.
He wanted that one back.
Akinjo the other way. Flagler, that's an open look. And it would not go down. A chance to give Baylor the lead, and instead, they're now 0 for 6 from 3.
Watch Jaguar, John, because he's going to play outside. That's going to create that spacing we talked about. Right now, 5 out for the Sooners.
Dale Bonner with the steal. Bonner. And he gets fouled, and that one is on Gibson.
I don't like it. Amy Bonner's got it. I think he fell down. The defender was backing up, and Bonner was doing everything to make contact. Take a look now. Watch Gibson keep retreating, and I don't know. I think the offensive player caused the contact there, but certainly the defender was not set. I don't know. I don't think that should have. I think that's a play on. I think that's just a loose ball. It goes out of bounds, and
I'm with you. Yeah. I mean, if anything, Bonner's creating the contact there. Porter Moser did not like the call. Brown short on that shot. Baylor once again with a chance to take the lead. Can't do it. Jaguar inside. Good movement. Groves got it. Big three right there. Jacob Groves.
Telling you, Ethan Jaguar, the crowd moaned when he gave up the layup, but we talked about how good a passer he is from the perimeter. Excellent job of ball movement right there. That's spacing.
Kenjo gets it back. Wow. Bonner's going to try. And they are just ice cold.
Bonner shouldn't be shooting that, John. He came in shooting 17% from three. And there's a reason he's open, because Oklahoma in their scouting have said, hey, buddy, you shoot as many of those as you want.
Oklahoma 5 for 9 from three. Baylor is 0 for 7. That is the story.
Nice pass.
And Sohan goes down hard. Oklahoma, it's quarterfinal number 3, and the Sooners have a 4-point lead.
And with Ukraine, he played for the national Polish team. His mom grew up there. They still have family there that have taken in refugees from Ukraine, and as he said, donating money for relief, a cause that when we talked to him yesterday, very near and dear to his heart.
You know, we talked all year about the hair color. Yeah, there's a very specific reason that he has the color blue in his hair, and you see no war on his shoes. And but a kid that is, he's got a special way about him.
He's got an amazing personality. He's captivated everybody on that Baylor campus. Always a smile. And he's going to be an outstanding NBA player someday. We've mentioned it, John. Brown and Sohan are only 18 years old.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They don't turn 19 until next May, and they're both key guys.
Goldwire flips it up, wouldn't fall. Sohan got tied up with Goldwire. Kenjo back the other end. Goldwire was really slow getting up, and
let's go back and watch Anthony now. He drives in. And he's down and gets hit by his own teammate, Jalen Hill. What they'll do rule-wise is they'll let Baylor play to an advantage, but once the play stops, they want to make sure that Goldwire is going to be okay, which he is. See how they're playing off those drivers?
Inside, and Bonner puts it in, and we're tied.
I like that. Dale Bonner, the Division II transfer, was not supposed to play a lot this year, but due to injuries, he's an energy guy, best driving, not shooting.
I remember they had one of the better freshmen in the country in Langston Love. He was an ESPN 100, number 28. And he blew out his ACL. Yeah, they get a foul on Jacob Groves.
Now remember, we said Bonner 17% from three, but this is what he can do. Get to the basket, play some defense, get his hand on loose balls. He's from Cleveland, Ohio. He had 0 D1 offers. Had 2 good years at Fairmont State, 20 minutes away from Morgantown. And he was supposed to be a development player this year, almost a redshirt year for him. Things changed.
Working his body, working his physicality. Baylor, by the way, has never led in this game. And they still haven't. Am I going to get in trouble for jinxing right there?
No,
okay.
no.
Right.
We don't do that here. If you're not a good shooter, doesn't matter who the announcers are.
Goldwire hesitates. And they get the foul to Kenjo. And I believe that will be number 2 on James Akinjo.
If they given this game right now, I would get him out at the end of this half. 2 fouls, don't pick up a third. I'm not a big believer in sitting a guy down the entire half with 2 fouls.
Were you when you were coaching?
No, because my teams had a lot of depth, but I will say this. When you do that, you're basically fouling out a good player for one whole half. In this case, 2 minutes, I think you can live without him for 2.
Bonner intercepts the pass. Sohan lost the handle. Back to Bonner. That's a 3. Got it. And Baylor does take the lead for the first time.
John, I told you he's a 17% shooter. Keep shooting it, big guy. That one looked good. It came off his hands very smoothly. That had to feel good.
Mo Gibson here with the bigger Thamba on him. And now Goldwire.
Good D.
Shot clock winding down. Loose ball. Hill.
Excellent half-court defense. Great switching. They kept the ball in front the entire time.
It has not been a great offensive half for Baylor. Just 38% from the floor. But they've only turned it over once.
John, the reason neither team is scoring is they're like mirror images of each other in the sense that they've played twice. They know everything that's coming. Kendall Brown's trying to get to the basket because he's a great driver, but they're playing 5 feet off of him.
That was team foul number 7, and so Gibson will march down to the other end. It's a 1-1 spot. And Mo Gibson has taken 3 free throws. He's made 2 tonight. Books that one. Again, we told you earlier, 86% from the line.
Obviously not recruited by Baylor, and you mentioned Grant McCaslin at North Texas, who's going to be one of the hot coaches in this coaching carousel. And Mo Gibson's going to catch his breath. I would say that Porter Moser will be very pleased going into the half.
Sure.
You know, within 4, maybe they have the lead, maybe they're down 2. I think tempo-wise, it's been up his alley.
Brown floats that one home, and Baylor leads by 3.
He had that long extension to the rim.
Goldwire hesitating, now flips it up. That wouldn't go. Groves, big rebound, but the foul wouldn't fall. And now it's Flagler the other way. Sohan will try. Can't hit. Brown rebounds. Sohan hangs and hits. And Jeremy Sohan will go to the line and try and complete the 3-point play.
2 freshmen, take a look. Watch Kendall Brown chase this down. And Sohan already is cutting to the basket before Kendall Brown even had the ball. And then a terrific finish at the rim. 2 precocious freshmen who, as we've said, have grown up in the space of the injury to Jonathan Tchamwa-Tchatchoua.
He books it, and just like that, Baylor with a 6-point advantage. Hill. And that is the way the first half comes to a close. Oklahoma led most of the way, but Scott Drew's team with a 6-point advantage, and Coach Drew stays
in the white jerseys. You know, upset about the turnovers, the 13 points off turnovers. Really glad about the way their team played for 16 minutes. He thought that final 4 they led up. Wants to see them continue to crash the boards and give the guys the ball with the red jerseys.
Very simple game, Chris. Don't throw it to the guys in the white shirts.
I believe that is my favorite hit she's had so far this year. I love that. Don't throw it to the guys in the white jerseys.
You'll be okay.
That is straightforward stuff. So Baylor right there with a turnover. Only 1 turnover for the Bears in the first half. Goldwire gets inside, hangs, and that one hit the other underside of the backboard. And now Baylor the other way. Meyer. And the rebound pulled down by Tanner Groves. Is there anything you'd like to see Oklahoma do differently?
No, not really, John. Honestly, they don't have a lot of offensive firepower. Don't turn it over and give yourself more chances to get shots on the rim. I thought their spacing was great. There's a mismatch. Take advantage of the switch. Kinjo, very nicely done.
First 2 for Groves.
I think the Oklahoma game plan is just fine.
They tried to the lob. Brown underneath. Got it knocked away. Now it's Goldwire.
Nice.
Gibson runs to the corner.
I like that, John. Instead of going to the basket, he just spotted up. He missed the shot.
but he had a good look at it.
He sure did.
Gibson inside, left hand, that wouldn't fall.
Remember that goal wire miss in the first half? 2 of them at the rim. Oh yeah.
My goodness.
Yep.
Stop it. James Akinjo left hand.
John, that's not by accident. We've watched them practice, and they are the masters of the, what I call, organized off-balance shots.
Groves straight on 3, buries it. That's part of his game for sure.
The more they can get those cuts to the basket and the slicing and dicing inside, he'll get that shot.
38% on the season from 3 for Tanner Groves, and after not scoring in the first half, he's got 5 early points here in the second half. 3-point game. Meyer turning the corner. Kick out Brown. Akinjo here. Akinjo inside. That wouldn't fall. Tip wouldn't go either, and now Oklahoma back the other way. Groves, Goldwire Groves, and Jacob Groves knocks it down, and we are all tied at 35 apiece.
That was pretty ball movement right there in traffic. Watch this inside now. There's going to be a little traffic in the paint. Goldwire just shovels it to Jacob Groves, who knocks it down. The Groves brothers off to a great second half start. I don't want to say he was the throw-in the Tanner Groves deal.
Well, they targeted Tanner.
Yes.
And then
he came with them.
He came with them, and they had interest in him. But the target was certainly Tanner. There's no question. Meyer inside, high arcing shot, and a foul on Oklahoma, and a foul on Tanner Groves, and that's going to be number 3.
Man,
that's big.
Well, we didn't see much of Tanner for a reason in the first half. Those 2 fouls, and that's a tough break for Porter Moser and Tanner Groves right now.
Porter Moser telling Amy Bonner he didn't like the call.
Very politely.
Yes.
Amy Bonner is she's an outstanding FIBA official who worked last summer's Tokyo Olympics.
And Meyer books both of them. Baylor has the lead. John Shelby, Fran Fraschilla, Chris Budnitz, quarterfinal number 3. TCU winning and advancing past Texas. Kansas a win. That sets up one semifinal, and still to come, it'll be Texas Tech at Iowa State. Chagua gives off. Mo Gibson. Groves off the glass and in. Jacob Groves with 2 more.
Nice pass by Gibson. He led Groves perfectly to the rim. Flo Thamba did not want to pick up a foul.
And Thamba gives it off to Akinjo. James Akinjo, so creative. Little short on that shot, and now it's Goldwire back the other way.
Looks fake.
Goldwire will try and hit. And the Sooners have the lead.
I think Scott Drew wants to get a quick timeout here.
Timeout Baylor. On the other side, the brothers Groves and their postseason success. And Jacob Groves were not unfamiliar with Big 12 basketball. Remember last year they combined for 58 points in the NCAA tournament in a loss to Kansas as Tanner ended up going for 35, Jacob for 23. They fell short, but a pretty amazing effort they had in the NCAA tourney last year, and now they're in the conference. They got a chance to play against Kansas twice this year. Meyer hanging. That shot wouldn't go. Jacob Groves the rebound.
Probably not the shot Scott Drew wanted right there. Solid defense. No second shots for Baylor. No Tanner Groves, so Jaguar is a playmaker.
Inside. Hill had a shot blocked. Bonner back the other way. Had it stripped away. Now Sohan. Bonner scoops it up and in. And Dale Bonner's got 7. Guy who averages just about 3 points a game, so maybe you'd say an unexpected offensive contribution.
Well, you can tell he can slash to the basket.
Goldwire. That's off the glass. Meyer now. Baylor down 1. Nice crossover. Scoops it up and in. Oh, boy.
Tell you what, he has not shot the ball great this year, but his defense is passing much improved, and you saw that right there. He slides to the limb effortlessly.
So Baylor with the lead. Groves. What did Go Raptor call it?
That is a neck ball, but not Matthew Meyer. No neck ball here. Sleight of hand out of Ames. Turn out the lights, please.
All right, so check out our brackets. Kansas, TCU, 1 semifinal is set. The winner of this one between Baylor and Oklahoma plays the winner of Texas Tech and Iowa State. What'd you make of TCU coming back to beat Texas?
TCU lost 7 players in the portal. They gained 8. They've got a bunch of kids that play hard and play together. And Texas, I got to say, it's a disappointing year. They were picked 5th in the preseason.
Jacob Groves knocks down another 3, and he's got 11.
And Tanner's got 3, so he's sitting, and Jacob picking up the slack. This is kind of what Scott Drew expected. This is Big 12 basketball right here.
Jacob Groves has started now 6 straight games, and it's been more of a contributor of late. Brown knocks it down, and Baylor retakes the lead.
Really smooth right there. And again, Brown and Sohan not afraid to exert their offensive skill over the last 6 games without JTT.
Yeah, they get the foul on Thamba, and Gibson grabbing his leg. And it looks like Mo Gibson is okay. That foul on Flo Thamba, that's number 3.
Watch right here. Gibson's going to reach for the ball, and then Flo just trips into him. Boy, that, you know, you're just glad he got up quickly. That could have been worse. And,
oh, my gosh.
Yep. Again, Jaguar gives him a chance to play 5 out. And that really hurts an aggressive defense.
Goldwire with Sohan on him. And Brown did a good job closing out. Shot clock at 6.
There's a reason Mo Gibson not getting a lot of looks. Because he's made 324 threes in his career. No airspace.
Oh, that's a huge 3. As Jaguar jumped out and knocked it down. Thamba tried to close it out, and instead the Sooners now have the lead, and Thamba answers with a dunk for time.
He's gotten better and better every year. Last year started every game on that championship team, and John, he's gotten so much more confidence offensively.
And he's been asked to play more with Jonathan Chamachachua out. Good active hands there on the Baylor side. 46-46. Under 12 timeout here in Kansas City. the defending national champs, the Baylor Bears. Really good wins, but a team that, at least as of now, appears to be looking in from the outside. Tell me again what's at stake for Oklahoma and Porter Moser.
I think if they win 2 games and get to the final, they'll be in the discussion. Nice inbounds play. Got the lob. That should not happen. Scott Drew's defense is a lot better than that. Excellent execution. John, this team has played 12 games against the top 25. Oklahoma is an indication of how good this league is when you mention all those top 15 wins. Uh-oh.
Jacob Groves steps in the lane. Throws it down.
And they're doing it without Tanner Groves, who's sitting on the bench with 3.
Right in the passing lane, and Groves collected it and then dunked it. Sohan. Tamba had it, lost it.
Let's watch the inbounds play. This should never happen, John, at this time of the year. Unless they just put this play in this week. They caught Baylor by surprise. And then Jacob Groves with the steal. Breakaway dunk. This is a time of year we used to put new plays in and not run them until we got to the conference tournament. That could have been one of those plays.
The lob you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way Baylor, as good as they are defensively, should allow that to happen. Always tell young coaches, save your best stuff for March.
Meyer had a Kinjo in his way. Shot clock is under 10. Brown and an offensive foul.
Once Kendall Brown put his head down, Jacob Groves was legal first, and he's allowed to move sideways. And freshman just ran him over. An excellent play by Jacob Groves. See, the fan will say, well, he was moving. As long as you establish legal guarding position, you're allowed to move sideways or backwards.
So Brown hobbling off. I'm not sure whether it was knee on knee.
Hey, John, how about Jacob Groves in the second half? How good has he been?
Groves with 13 points, 10 this half. Look at that. Marvin Johnson to the rack.
That was what we call a double back cut. That's what happens when you play 5 out above the 3-point line.
Flagler off the mark. Groves rebounds.
I love it. Grab the rebound. Let's get back to the half court. Let's keep slicing and dicing Baylor with this great spacing.
Johnson flip inside. Chagua. And to the corner. And that 3 will count. Marvin Johnson knocking down another. Biggest lead of the game. It is 9 for Oklahoma.
This is what happens when you stop turning the ball over.
A 9-0 Oklahoma run. Kendall Brown making his way back to the bench. That last foul on Chagua.
Now, John, this has been an offensive clinic in the first 10 minutes. Doing it without Tanner Groves. But seriously now, when you don't turn it over, you give yourself a chance to execute offense.
Well, they turned it over in that first half 11 times. They've turned it over once since the break.
See how simple the game is? Don't throw it to the guys in the white shirt.
That's right. There you go. Akinjo inside, and he gets fouled. Akinjo went down hard, and he'll go to the line. 9:33 to go. And Akinjo will shoot 2. Foul on Goldwire. That is his second.
Here's a question for you. How many times does it feel like Adam Flagler has gotten open tonight? Very few. He's 1 for 6. Flagler's a guy in his last 20 games has made 63s.
I mean, we've seen him do it. I mean, Mike Boynton, who's part of our crew, we did that game in 29. Stillwater, and he went for 29 and kind of single-handedly kept them in that game, and eventually they were able to win it. Yeah, there's Jonathan Chachua, who has been participating and helping out, doing some scouting.
Oh boy!
And Johnson threw it away, and
he just airmailed it. He knows as soon as it left his hands, he airmailed it. Looked like Pat Mahomes there throwing it away on 3rd down.
So the lead is 7 for the Sooners. Only their 2nd turnover of the 2nd half. Akinjo. That wouldn't fall. And Marvin Johnson. Mentioned Marvin Johnson, a guy who didn't play a ton this year and has really gotten a chance over the last 6, including tonight, to play with Elijah Harkless out for the year.
First 15 Big 12 games, he was a DNP 11 times.
Gibson, Meyer rebounds. Baylor trying to cut into a 7-point deficit. Yeah, Adam Flagler has just 2 points, friend.
Yep.
Akinjo off balance. That wouldn't fall. Sohan gets it to Thamba. And Flo Thamba will go to the line and shoot 2. And it looks like Tanner Groves is going to check back in.
And he checked out. I believe the score might have been tied. But be that as it may, the second group, particularly Jaguar and Marvin Johnson, have done a great job, and we are getting confirmation from our great stat guy Mark Armento that it was tied. So +7 while he was out.
The brothers Groves check back in.
Great basketball
Jaguar
family.
And Johnson sit down.
Yeah, great basketball family up in Spokane. Granddad was a great high school coach at Shadle Park, and Mom is the all-time leading scorer at Whitworth, a Division III school in Spokane. Pretty campus. There's that pressure now by Baylor, and they have the length to make this a problem.
The long arms of Sohan, they get it in to Gibson. And now Hill into the front court.
They don't do it often, John, but this could be a really good pressing team because of their athleticism and length.
Shot clock under 10. Groves. That's a 3, and Meyer rebounds.
Had to shoot it. Good challenge by Thamba.
Pass deflected. It'll be Baylor basketball when we return. Sooners by 5. Really good wins, but a team that, at least as of now, appears to be looking in from the outside. Tell me again what's at stake for Oklahoma and Porter Moser.
I think if they win 2 games and get to the final, they'll be in the discussion. Nice inbounds play. Got the lob. That should not happen. Scott Drew's defense is a lot better than that. Excellent execution. John, this team has played 12 games against the top 25. Oklahoma is an indication of how good this league is when you mention all those top 15 wins. Uh-oh.
Jacob Groves steps in the lane. Throws it down.
And they're doing it without Tanner Groves, who's sitting on the bench with 3.
Right in the passing lane, and Groves collected it and then dunked it. Sohan. Thamba had it, lost it.
Let's watch the inbounds play. This should never happen, John, at this time of the year. Unless they just put this play in this week. They caught Baylor by surprise. And then Jacob Groves with the steal. Breakaway dunk. This is a time of year we used to put new plays in and not run them until we got to the conference tournament. That could have been one of those plays.
The lob you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way Baylor, as good as they are defensively, should allow that to happen. Always tell young coaches, save your best stuff for March.
Meyer had a Kinjo in his way. Shot clock is under 10. Brown and an offensive foul.
Once Kendall Brown put his head down, Jacob Groves was legal first, and he's allowed to move sideways. And the freshman just ran him over. An excellent play by Jacob Groves. See, you know, the fan will say, well, he was moving. As long as you establish legal guarding position, you're allowed to move sideways or backwards.
So Brown hobbling off. I'm not sure whether it was knee on knee.
Hey, John, how about Jacob Groves in the second half? How good has he been?
Groves with 13 points, 10 this half. Look at that. Marvin Johnson to the rack.
That was what we call a double back cut. That's what happens when you play 5 out above the three-point line.
Flagler off the mark. Groves rebounds.
I love it. Grab the rebound. Let's get back to the half court. Let's keep slicing and dicing Baylor with this great spacing.
Johnson flip inside. Chagua. And to the corner. And that three will count. Marvin Johnson knocking down another. Biggest lead of the game. It is 9 for Oklahoma.
This is what happens when you stop turning the ball over.
A 9-0 Oklahoma run. Kendall Brown making his way back to the bench. That last foul on Chagua.
Now, John, this has been an offensive clinic in the first 10 minutes. Doing it without Tanner Groves. But seriously now, when you don't turn it over, you give yourself a chance to execute offense.
Well, they turned it over in that first half 11 times. They've turned it over once since the break.
See how simple the game is? Don't throw it to the guys in the white shirts.
That's right. There you go. Akinjo inside, and he gets fouled. Akinjo went down hard, and he'll go to the line. 9:33 to go. And Akinjo will shoot 2. Foul on Goldwire. That is his second.
Here's a question for you. How many times does it feel like Adam Flagler has gotten open tonight? Very few. He's 1 for 6. Flagler's a guy in his last 20 games has made 63s.
And I mean, we've seen him do it. I mean, Mike Boynton, who's part of our crew, we did that game in 29. Stillwater, and he went for 29 and kind of single-handedly kept him in that game, and eventually they were able to win it. And there's Jonathan Chachua, who has been participating and helping out, doing some scouting.
Oh, boy.
And Johnson threw it away, and
he just airmailed it. He knows as soon as it left his hands, he airmailed it. Looked like Pat Mahomes there throwing it away on 3rd down.
So the lead is 7 for the Sooners. Only their second turnover of the second half. Akinjo. That wouldn't fall. And Marvin Johnson. Mentioned Marvin Johnson, a guy who didn't play a ton this year and has really gotten a chance over the last 6, including tonight, to play with Elijah Harkless out for the year.
First 15 Big 12 games, he was a DNP 11 times.
Gibson. Meyer rebounds. Baylor trying to cut into a 7-point deficit. Yeah, Adam Flagler has just 2 points, Fran.
Yep.
Akinjo off balance. That wouldn't fall. Sohan gets it to Thamba. And Flo Thamba will go to the line and shoot 2. And it looks like Tanner Groves is going to check back in.
And he checked out. I believe the score might have been tied. But be that as it may, the second group, particularly Jaguar and Marvin Johnson, have done a great job. And we are getting confirmation from our great stat guy, Mark Amento, that it was tied. So +7 while he was out.
The brothers Groves check back in.
Great basketball
Jaguar
family.
and Johnson sit down.
Yeah, great basketball family up in Spokane. Granddad was a great high school coach at Shadle Park, and Mom is the all-time leading scorer at Whitworth, a Division III school in Spokane. Pretty campus. There's that pressure now by Baylor, and they have the length to make this a problem.
The long arms of Sohan, they get it in to Gibson. And now Hill into the front court.
They don't do it often, John, but this could be a really good pressing team because of their athleticism and length.
Shot clock under 10. Groves. That's a 3, and Meyer rebounds.
Had to shoot it. Good challenge by Thamba.
Pass deflected. It'll be Baylor basketball when we return. Sooners by 5. Tickets are announced then on ESPN and ESPN2. It's our March Madness Women's Selection show as we reveal the 68 teams and look at every team with continuing coverage on ESPN2. And at 10 Eastern, even more coverage of both brackets. Out of bounds, and it's Baylor basketball. And remember, this is a Baylor team. They know they're in the NCAA tournament. They know there's a chance they could be a 1 seed. Scott Drew has already won a national title. That was last year, but he has never won the Big 12 championship here in Kansas City.
There's a really good chance they're going to be a 1 seed in Fort Worth on Thursday. Tough shot, and I don't think that is a foul. Unless Gibson got him on the arm.
Yeah, it just seemed like he started stumbling.
Yeah.
They got the foul on Marvin Johnson.
Okay.
And that's his 3rd.
Take a look real quickly. There's a little push by Marvin.
Yeah, I think that was a foul.
Yep. That was a good call.
Fran, if they lose this game, if Baylor loses right here, are they still a 1 seed for you?
I think if Kansas wins the tournament, they would just flip-flop the Big 12 champion. Baylor would go to the 2 line. Arizona, a lock. Gonzaga, a lock. Potentially the SEC champion also on that 1 line, but 1 or 2, it doesn't matter much. And again, the interesting thing about Kansas, and Bill Self told us this, the winner of the Big 12 tournament is likely to play on Thursday anyway. Indianapolis would be Kansas or Fort Worth.
Right.
And Baylor likely to go to Fort Worth also. And look at this. Got to get it over. They will not.
Akinjo with the steal. Akinjo at the basket. Puts it in. They're within 1.
Scott Drew has put a pressing team out there, and it's paying off. Athletes everywhere. Not as good defensively as they were a year ago, but the 2 freshmen give them a different dynamic than what they had a year ago. Paying off right there. And I think at some point, we're going to see Tanner Groves. Surprised he's not in yet. But we got a foul.
We got it on Dale Bonner as he was holding Goldwire. And that's just team foul number 3, so Baylor in a good spot there. Oklahoma with 17 fouls.
Now, because this foul was by the defense, you get a fresh 10-second count here in the backcourt.
Goldwire gets it over. And now Umoja Gibson being harassed. Finds Shagwa. Closing in on 3 to play, and now under 10 on the shot clock. Goldwire with a bigger Sohan on him. Gibson now flips it up and in. That's a tough shot.
And a great play by Jordan Goldwire. A little dribble handoff that caused a little space for Gibson.
Can't do that. Sohan. That was gorgeous.
That was great offense, terrible defense. When you double team the ball, you need someone to rotate from the weak side.
Oklahoma calls timeout. And Porter Moser frustrated. A 1-point game, 2. Always watch previous episodes streaming on ESPN Plus. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com/Big12 now.
Here comes that pressure again. It's a 1-2-1-1. The first one is Sohan on the ball with that excellent length.
They get it in the hands of Goldwire and break the pressure easily that time. And now Gibson started barreling his way to the basket, and now they turn it back out.
Porter Moser, an orchestrator on that sideline right now.
Yeah. Goldwire backing Akinjo down. Goldwire hangs and hits.
Man.
Big bucket. Physical play for Jordan Goldwire as he's got 10.
And that was by design. He took Akinjo right to the 10.
Sohan will try. Can't hit. Bonner with the follow, but it wouldn't fall. And now
it's a foul, but that's okay, John. I like the aggressiveness because they're not in the bonus, but let's go back the other end. This is all by design. Set up, you see the side is cleared, and Jordan Goldwire, who we mentioned earlier, played 116 games for Mike Krzyzewski. He came in with guys like, Zion Williamson and R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish.
Oklahoma has put on a burst here in the second half and led most of the second half. They're up by 3. Baylor, meanwhile, 2 of 19 from the three-point line. That's a big part of the story. Sooners have made their last 5 field goals. Shot clock under 10. Goldwire turning. Sohan rebounds. Brown picking up speed. Lost the handle.
Boy, and I thought they were trying to foul Kendall Brown, not to give him a layup, and he lost it.
Sooners by 3 as we close in on a minute to go. And Porter Moser is really angry right here.
Well, he was trying to call a timeout, which the coach can do in under 2 minutes. Porter Moser knows his team better than anybody else in this building.
So the Sooners try to knock off the number 3 team of the country, the Baylor Bears. Under a minute to go.
They got this. They got a switch and a mismatch. Big on little inside.
Gibson going to work inside and one.
Beautiful. They had a switch and Baylor could not recover. Mismatch inside, mismatch outside. They looked inside first, it wasn't there, and then Gibson with the big guy on him at the top of the key takes off to the rim. Excellent job of recognizing what the defense threw at him.
Tanner Groves loving it on the bench. And rapid C.J. Nolan, the freshman, up at a bear hug. And Umoja Gibson, great free throw shooter. A chance at a three-point play. And he knocks it down. Sooners leading by 6. sneak quick baskets. A three from Akinjo. Wouldn't fall. And Gibson gets fouled. And great job by Porter Moser's team.
What's at stake, John? Another step towards an NCAA bid. This will be if they hold on, a lot of time left, the 5th top 15 win for Oklahoma. And by the way, folks, this is the 7th best team in the conference.
And again, just the 16th foul on Baylor, and so it's out of bounds to the baseline. They're still not shooting.
Got a foul now.
Yep.
One hard trap, and then you got a foul.
And they don't get the foul. Now they do. 34.1 to go. And it's Scott Drew's team
on the ropes.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep. And listen, this is a league, you know, Scott Drew is a great coach, likely someday heading to the Hall of Fame. No exaggeration. But Joe Castiglione hired this guy for a reason, Porter Moser.
Yep.
There is nothing they do that is not planned out.
Tanner Groves cheering on his brother Jacob Groves with a season-high 14. And remember, no Elijah Harkless out for the season. Gets them both. Jacob Groves with 15. Yeah, Porter Moser took Loyola to the Final Four in 2018.
Got a switching team out there now for Oklahoma, and you don't want to do that if you're on defense. That's a freshman mistake.
Yeah, do not want an opportunity for Baylor to score with the clock stop.
That's right.
Jacob Groves will check back in. Nolan will sit.
He's right now coaching that freshman up, and he knows that young man's going to be a good player for the Sooners.
How about that? Akinjo
got a foul.
83% from the free throw line, and he missed. And now they foul. And how about our player of the game for tonight? Quarterfinal number 3. Our player of the game brought to you by Phillips 66, and it is Jacob Groves.
And I got to tell you, John, I owe him an apology. I do, because I didn't mean it the way it came out early in the game when I said he was a throw-in. Because this guy had 23 against Kansas. But I was thinking of a baseball trade where you get 2 good players.
Sure. Great save as Hill grabs it, and then the foul on Baylor. And this one is all over but the shout.
This is just a tremendous performance. This will be the 4th win in a row for a team that lost what some think is their heart and soul in Elijah Harkless to an injury for the season.
Scott Drew's team, I think you'd say the issues were more on the offensive end in this one. But credit the Sooners' great game plan as Sohan hits. Just the 3rd 3 of the game for Baylor. The Bears 3 for 22 from 3. Meanwhile, Porter Moser's Sooners went 11 for 21 from the 3-point line. And it's not a great 3-point shooting team on the season, a shade under 34%.
And I'll tell you, John, they went 50% from 2. So their balance of inside and out, we talked about how good they are inside, right? I thought their offensive game plan was exquisite, especially when they stopped turning it over in the second half.
Just a great win for the Sooners, and they needed it. And Meyer throw it down at the buzzer. And that'll do it. The Oklahoma Sooners win it 72-67, and they're into the semifinals here at the Big 12 Championship.